Whether you're a lawyer, an accountant, in the service business, if you're a VP of sales, if you don't even have your own business, I know as I look at all these faces that everybody, including myself, someone who puts out 50 pieces of content a day across YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, LinkedIn, every person in this room right now, including me, does not post enough on social media if they want to grow their business. And I know most of you don't post at all. And so there is this shocking reality right now in the world where people continue to disrespect social media as a driver to what they want. Whether that is growing your business, whether that is running for local office, whether that is raising money for your local charity or something you care about. The attention of the world is my currency. It's the only thing I care about. You can't get anything done unless you have somebody's attention. Since I was 7 on Tingley Lane in Edison, New Jersey, and would walk that street to figure out where I should put my lemonade sign to get more people to buy my lemonade, to sitting today and looking at everything that's happening on streaming services and social networks. For the last 40 years, all I've paid attention to is where's the attention. Whether that's direct mail, Star Ledger, New York Times, Google, Facebook, TikTok, influencers, athletes, sports, where's the attention? Everybody here needs to make a much bigger commitment to understanding where the attention is, not where your attention is. If I hear one more business owner or executive say, well, Gary, I don't use TikTok. I go, no shit, Don, but your customer does. Making decisions for your business based on your personal opinions of what people should be doing with their time is one of the stupidest business strategies of all time. You should be 100% agnostic on where you spend your time and money. You should care where your customers are, not where you think they should be. And that is a massive mistake I see every day. So look, I think the world continues to evolve. I don't have to tell everybody in this room. There's a lot going on. Yesterday was the election. It means the 2024 election season has begun, right? So it's gonna be plenty of feelings and all sorts of stuff going on, and it is all playing out on your phone. The phone has become the television, and the television has become the radio. Got it, Joe? That's what's happened. If you want a history lesson, go look what happened in the 50s and 60s in America, how all the biggest businesses in the world lost market share, and how all the current businesses that are the biggest businesses in the world right now started to grow. And the one variable was the following. Some people held on to running ads on radio, and others jumped into television. Do you know that Amazon was the biggest spender on Google AdWords the first 5 years of Google AdWords by a 10x multiplier? There's a direct reason why Amazon's one of the biggest companies in the world. They understood where to spend the money on the underpriced attention. But then the thing that clearly led to me being able to sit in front of all of you here today, content. You know, obviously I built a very large liquor store in Springfield, New Jersey for my dad with wine library that hopefully some of you have driven by or even stopped into. And at first it was because I was just good at retail in the same way that I was good at selling OJ's rookie cards at a baseball card show. Once I learned, because I knew sports, once I learned wine, I was good at selling all of you wine. And I thought I was a salesman. As I got older, and I started working at my dad's store when I was 14 years old, stocking shelves every vacation, every weekend, every summer day. And so by the time I was 22 and running the store full time, I was an OG. I had 8 years of real work, not like the way kids work today. And so I thought of myself as a salesman. But in hindsight, as I get to sit here today and I'm like, what can I say that will make them do something that will make it good for them? The two things I bet on in my career and everything I've built is innovation and content. So innovation is me launching a website in 1997 for my dad's one-store liquor store in Springfield, Millburn. People literally told my dad that like I was going to ruin his business. Not because they were mad at me, because they loved my dad. They saw him go from a stock boy who couldn't speak English to owning this store, and they've known him for 20 years. And here I was coming along and spending $10,000, which was a lot of money for a small business in 1997, to build a website. Everybody told me, kid, you don't get it. This is the liquor business. Nobody's gonna buy wine on the internet. For the youngsters in here, there's plenty of OGs and gray hairs in here, so you'll get it. But for the youngsters in here, a lot of people thought the internet was a fad. A lot of people. And so people were like, open a second liquor store, not this internet thing. And then instead of doing catalogs or running full page ads in the Star Ledger, which I did, but instead of that, I started to send emails in 1997 with wine offering. I wasn't a rocket scientist. Catalogs in the Star Ledger were expensive. Email was free. But in 1997, 98, 99, 2000, and not all of you will remember this, if you lived through that era, we were reading like every email. We weren't getting spammed like we are now. How many people here have done email marketing close enough to like know it a little bit in your careers? Raise your hand. Perfect. In 1998, I had 100,000 people on the email newsletter with 87% open rates. Now if you're at 30%, you're a genius. But that was because it was new, but it wasn't too new that it wasn't real. The metaverse is coming. It's real. That's gonna impact your business. Events are gonna be in a metaverse. That will happen, but 18 years from today. And so you get to decide like how much that matters to you. What are your ambitions? Retired, so you're like, fuck that shit, I don't care. But for a lot of youngsters in here, like, that's gonna change the game. People, back to work from home, trust me, I have 2,000 global employees. I don't think anyone's working, but like, man, work from home, like, Jesus, like, the advancements of the metaverse, we are gonna, like, think about what Zoom meetings feel like now. All of us know that you can be productive. We taught ourselves that during COVID. When we go into the metaverse and you're getting the things that you lose in Zoom, like really when it's there in 15 years and it actually feels like you're in the room. Not like a video game, but like actually. Like that will change the way we work. So I've always believed in innovation. The thing is, I don't want to get too far ahead of it. So for instance, I recently helped my dad's liquor store. I innovated, luckily 6 months before COVID, and I created something called winetext.com for him. You get a text every day, like old Groupon, some crazy deal. Like yesterday was a $130 Napa Valley cab for 40 bucks. Because we look at 10,000 wines a year to find 365 good ones, we're getting crazy deals. But it's better, it's like old email. When you get a text, and all you have to do is reply with how many bottles you want, and it's sent to your home, that's good shopping. Eliminating friction, making it more convenient. Every single business in here, if they make it more convenient for someone to buy, will grow their business. We spend money on time all the time. There are people here who've ordered a $5 burger on Postmates, but it cost you $29 to get it delivered. But the time was worth it for you at this point in your life. When everybody was making fun of me in 97, 98, 99, that nobody would buy. I remember one guy, very successful guy, was pushing me hard, trying to prove his point, and he ended with like, Gary, how many people do you really think in 10 years are gonna buy wine on the internet? And my answer was, everyone. And not that I believed everyone, but I believed a lot. And I think many people here know that if you really take yourself back to what you thought you would do versus what you're actually doing, technology always wins. There's plenty of people here who did not want to get an iPhone because they loved their BlackBerry because they could touch the buttons. Nobody here is rocking a fucking BlackBerry. And so one thing to always think about is innovation, but not so far out that it's not practical. This is not the time to go all in and bet your company on the metaverse. But keep a little eye on it, because I could be wrong about 12 years. Apple or Facebook or Netflix or BMW or Google could launch something tomorrow and everything speeds up. This phone, the iPhone, was invented and everything changed the next day. Right? If you think about the biggest companies in the world, the Facebooks and the Ubers, and right? They don't exist if there wasn't a platform called the mobile device that has the internet on it.